Hello, how you doing, Facebook family? Boy, do I have a panel for you today. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Listen, I just I'm the host and I'm like, I want to sit back and just watch them talk. I'm like, I don't even know what to say or what to do, but I'm so excited to have my celebrity guest today. The week before we had did a panel of all men, celebrity men. Then last week we did celebrity women. All celebrity women was a lot of my fabulous sisters. But this week, oh my God, this week we are doing a celebrity panel of celebrity men and women. So without further ado, Cameron, bring our special celebrity guest on. Yay! Yay! Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Peter is trying to get on. He's having some technical difficulties, but I'm hoping that he will be able to refresh his system and then we can bring him in later. I'm hoping that he can get past his technical difficulties because we really wanted him on here. We need the Peter Piper on here. We need him on here. So without further ado, everybody looks so beautiful. Miss Sonja's wearing her hat. And look at Valentine. Of course, he's the man of the hats. We have our beautiful Dr. Maya Smith-Edmonds. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do with myself. It's so much gorgeousness on this screen. I don't know what to do with myself. But without further ado, let me just say thank you because I know all of you I know all of your schedules are very busy. So I just said thank you and thank you for allowing me to interview you and to be on this platform. I really appreciate it. Okay, it looked like we may have Peter. Cameron, can you bring him on? Hey there. Can you hear us, Peter?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Very good. You are on
from recording.
Perfect timing. We were just getting started. So without further ado, I want to introduce all my guests to introduce themselves so everyone will know who you are and what you do. So we will start to the right. We will start with Miss Sonja Lowe. Can you please introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, everyone. I am Sonja Lowe, the Embrace Coach. And I am, where do I begin? I am the CEO of Choice One Media Group, a full production movie and media company. I'm also COO of SGA 366 and also Sky Lounge, the new 366 Sky Lounge and Event Center. Yes. I'm honored to be here today, all of my colleagues, and especially you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Valentine, let the people know who you are and what you do.
I don't know if I can follow up with that one, Miss Sonja Lowe. But yes, D Valentine, the man of many hats, music artist, mentor, got an organization for young men with absentee fathers called Young Kings. The K is for knowledge, the I is for integrity, the N is for nobility, and the G is for gentlemen. Also created a interactive kids book called I Am a King to let young men know that they are young kings. Okay. Um, Sometimes they call me Dr. Feel Good Valentine because I may give some relationship or some love or dating advice, you know. But other than that, I'm also an actor, music artist, brand ambassador as well. And most importantly, I'm a man of God.
Oh, I love it. I love all of that. Oh my God. So excited to have you on this
Glad to be
platform.
here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Legendary DJ Peter Piper, let the people know who you are and what you do.
Peter Allen,
Mr.
also
P.
known as a legendary DJ Pod Pipe, founder, CEO of 95.3 Jams, also host of Love After Dark, Houston's first nationally syndicated Quiet Storm, which is syndicated in 7 markets.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yes.
Brother.
Okay, and we are saving the best for last, which my
Mhm.
beautiful, beautiful sister, Dr. Maya Smith-Edmonds, please tell the people who you are and what you do.
Well, hello, everyone. I am so honored to be on tonight. I'm excited about it. My background, I'm a McDonald's owner. I own 9 McDonald's restaurants. I'm also the co-founder of the Smith Foundation, where we give out scholarships to children that are in underserved or underprivileged areas. We've given out over 150,000 in scholarships in the last 3 years. We also give out Christmas toys, do school supplies, toy drives, just a lot of different things. And so I absolutely love it. I'm a motivational speaker, do MCing for events. I don't know how that came about, but I do that.
Mhm.
And I'm definitely a mighty woman of God. I'm married, and I'm just excited to be on here. Absolutely love what we're about to talk about.
Amen.
Oh
Amen.
my goodness, that's just awesome, awesome. So let's just dive right into this conversation. The first thing I want to know is because I'm the love doctor, and y'all know I love everything that deals with love. I'd like to know you guys' point of view, and any one of you can take this, or all of you can take this question. But I would like for it to know, define your definition of love. What does love mean to you?
Mm. I'm gonna let the ladies go first.
Okay, can I go first? This is Maya.
Sure, Maya, your camera's off.
Oh, my camera's off?
Yes.
Ay, ay, ay.
She said
Okay,
she
one.
said love means being in the dark. That's what it is sometimes. That's, that's what it- Come on, shine some light on us.
Okay, let me see. Well, I would say, let me go. Let me try to get where y'all can see me. 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. But y'all can still hear me though, right?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. Is it okay if I just go ahead and start saying it while I'm trying to
Yes.
get on the
Yes.
camera?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What I would say personally for me, what love means is literally First Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. That's love for me, and simply because, well, I guess I'll read it so it'll make more sense for everybody. Is 1 second, I'm up here walking so I can go back over here to the computer because that may be easier for me to get to. Okay, but because what the reason why that means love to me, and I'm in First Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, what it says, and I'm reading in the New Living Translation. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud.
Mm,
It's
mm,
not rude. It does not
mm,
demand its own way. It's not irrational or irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out.
mm,
Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. And
mm,
of course, the prophecy and speaking in unknown languages, and just when you get into the spirit. And that's what it means to me.
mm,
Can y'all still see me?
Yes, I can see you. Go ahead.
Okay, that's what it means to me. And the reason why I say that is because even when you think of love being patient, when we think about a relationship, you know how a lot of times you're in a relationship and you think, oh, well, this person wronged me, so I'm done. It's like, no, God is saying that you're patient, that you're not judging, that you're not jealous, whether it be jealous of a person's profession, whether it be jealous of time they have to spend with someone else to take care of business for whatever God called them as their purpose. Not keeping record of wrongdoing. Because how many times us as women, let's just say a man does something wrong, and I mean, it's like he
mm,
can live it
mm,
down for years. Okay, well, you're never gonna grow like that. I mean, you're not gonna make him fall back in love with you, completely telling him the same thing over and over about what was wrong. He would rather you just let it go, accept it, and say, hey, we're moving forward and we're gonna make progress, because then that's really showing him love, not keeping a record of everything that he did wrong. Because to me, love is about allowing a person to not only be human, but to err. It's saying, hey, I love you in spite of you being a human, because we know we're not perfect. So if someone can love us in spite of our imperfections, then that means a person can truly be themselves around you. Kind of like when you say, oh, I want to be my dude's best friend. Well, who wants a best friend that's always talking about what they're doing wrong, or who's fun to be around, or who's not patient, or who's judging? And so that's what I look at love to be. Treat that person in the same fashion that you really believe that your best friend would actually treat you, because how it is with our best friends. Our best friends know us almost better than we know ourselves,
That's right.
And they study us. They pay attention to what we like, what we don't like. They understand we're gonna get into a bad mood, we're not gonna be. And that's the same way with love when it comes to relationship. So that's my definition of love. I didn't mean to go on too long, but that's why I say that. And then when it says hopeful, to me, living a life of hope means that it doesn't mean bad things didn't happen in the past. It's saying I'm hoping for better in the future. So that means you kind of let that person off the cross, like, oh, I'm not going to keep holding you to the cross on what you did last week, last month, last year. We're hitting the reset because I'm hoping for better days. I'm hoping for things to change. And so therefore you have to just kind of allow them to be in that space. If they said they're going to change, accept it for exactly that. No, not treating them based on what they did in the past and then saying, well, I got to second guess what you just told me. No, you don't. Because if you're hopeful, you're saying, hey, you told me that, I'm accepting it, we're moving forward. And so that's just what I believe love is.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Oh my God. Anybody else want to add their definition of love?
I'm gonna let the ladies go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss Sonja. Go ahead.
Sure, definitely. And thank you, Maya, for that as well. I definitely, after 31 and a half years of marriage, I would definitely say that love for me, the definition is embracing me or embracing the person that you love for who they are, right where they are. It means from the beginning, as you grow over time as well. Embrace them for who they are, where they are.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. How about the men? The men have any input on this?
I think it's almost time to collect the tithe and offering. They doing this so good. I almost ran out the congregation.
Pass the collection plate, huh?
Papa, you want to take it first?
We
You
can't
want to
hear
take it
you.
first, brother? All right, he's smiling. I guess I'll take it. I mean, wow, everything that they just said was part of my answer. So it's good to know that I'm in the right place with two women who have actually, been in love and been married.
Yes.
For me, I believe that something that a lot of single people make a mistake on is not loving themselves first.
Yes.
Looking for somebody to love to repair them when they're broken.
Right.
And you find the right person and it ends up being the wrong you. So it never gets right. So I would say that love first is knowing how to love yourself, because when you don't love yourself, you fall in love with people that don't love you right, that don't love you back.
That's right.
Toxic people, because you're trying to find something within yourself. You got a missing part. I don't know if you ever tried to drive a car without an engine before, but it's like trying to love with no heart. So when you love yourself first, this Dr. Feelgood Valentine talking right now.
Come on, Dr. Feelgood. Come on.
That's what it is. It's a real page. You got to follow me on Facebook. But I think most definitely all the things that the ladies have said so far, with first loving yourself, because when you can see somebody and you don't need them to feel no type of way, but they add something on to you, you know. And when you find somebody like that, after a while, you say, you know what? I don't want to go on without that person.
Oh,
Now,
absolutely.
I could,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to go on without that person. I want to love that person, you know, with everything that I got, and make sure that God is in the middle of it, because he's the adhesive to every relationship. Woo. I'm gonna spoke in tongue. I'm sorry. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's
I
my
love
people.
it. I love it. Peter,
Mhm.
you have anything for us? Can you hear us, Peter? You
I
can't
don't think
hear
my brother can hear us no more.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Let me see. Maybe I'll text him. I'll text him real quick and let him know. Okay, we'll get to the
Don't,
second question. And
don't miss the party, Peter.
I know, I know, I know. Let me text him real quick.
It becomes
I need him. Come on, my brother.
Oh, it's on.
Can you hear us, Peter? I don't think. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. We can't hear you.
You so smiling good, but we
You see what?
I can't hear him.
Okay, I'm texting him. Hopefully he'll get it. I'm telling him turn his volume up and that we can't hear him. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the second question here that I have. And I really thought about these questions as I was like, wow, this panel that I have is so dynamic. Like, what major things can I get out that's really, really important for the people to hear? So let me go with the second one here, and I hope Peter comes on, because the next one I have is for the men. But I'm gonna go with the women right now. So for Maya and Sonja, as a successful entrepreneur, what advice would you give to the ladies on how to maintain a healthy marriage relationship while being a boss?
Mm.
You want to take that, Mara? Or you want me to take that one first?
Either way, I can take it. You want me to?
Okay.
Okay. No, but you can't. I spoke first on the last one.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I would definitely say, in order to keep a healthy relationship, is still understanding that you respect position. You respect position. You respect their role in the home. Number one, yes, we're bosses all day long. Maya and I both can say that. We are bosses all day long. But one of the things that I know that we do in our home, that after all these years, is I kind of tease him and go, okay, there's God, and then there is you. And that is our order of our home. Whether I'm a boss at work or anything of that nature, it's that I still have the respect for my king in my home. My biggest thing ever is never, number one, never forgetting that he is a part of me and that we stand side by side no matter where we are. And honoring him everywhere that I go, no matter what I do. And so I'll tell anyone, if you're in a relationship and you know you're a boss, hey, it's okay to say that you're a boss babe. It's okay to say that.
Right.
But you also have to remain respectful of your spouse. Even if he's not the entrepreneur, that doesn't matter. The one thing is respecting him for who he is and speaking to the king in him at all times.
Right. Wow. I love that. I love that. Okay, Maya.
Okay. What definitely everything that Sonja Lowe just said, and what I do as far as respecting my husband, because that's the number one priority, is of course making sure he understands that he is completely respected. Because like in the Bible where it says that the men have to be respected, but we want to be loved like the church. And so therefore we can't try to give them what it is that we want, because that's not what they need. And so always make sure that he understands that he is the head of not only the household, but the lineage of anything it is that we're going to do. Because just like I have a role outside of the home as being a boss or being in charge of a lot of employees and all of that, when it comes down to it, like if I have to do anything, make any type of decision, I'm always getting in agreement with him, because even though it may be my business outside of whatever he's doing, because he has his own business, I still want him to be able to know and understand that I respect his opinion. I respect his wishes. I respect what it is that he would like to do, because I may think I'm making a decision. Oh, I didn't think anything of it. And then come back down the line and he's thinking, oh, wow, you didn't let me know about this. Or he may have thought of a different way to do it. And one thing I will say that I have learned, which is why I always tell women to get into that spirit of submission, Because first of all, you know how in the Bible where it says you need to be equally yoked. Women don't want to submit a lot of times because, you know, you got with somebody and you weren't equally yoked. So he's not submitting to God. So then you don't really want to hear what he got to say. Well, you got to get that part first. If you don't get anything else right, make sure he is a man of God, because it is crucial for you to submit as a woman, because that's his place. And whenever we submit, because it's things that God gives to a man that a woman will never have. And so therefore, with the man being able to be the head and being able to give their opinion, be able to give their direction, I've even personally noticed it's so many things that flow so much smoother when I just let him just completely be in charge. And I'd be glad to kind of just sit back and be like, okay, what did you say we need to do? And people look at me and like, oh my gosh, she's in charge of like thousands of employees. She's making split decisions that's impacting people's households and lives. And she's ready to, absolutely, because that's the king of the castle. You know, he is number one. And so, so that's my biggest thing. That's what I'll say as an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur outside of the house in my business, but at home, I'm below him in the aspect of the chain of command of what God would expect for us to do in our household. And I make sure that he understands that. The other thing that I do as far as being a businesswoman, you know, a lot of times we say, oh, we got business to take care of. I don't have time to meet your needs. Never, ever, ever. That's not an option as a business.
I agree with that.
You know, we have some women that think, oh, I'm taking care of business because I'm bringing in some of the bacon. News flash. If you with a real man, he could care less about how much you make, period. And the reason why is because a man is designed and equipped to provide, to protect, and to pamper. So he doesn't need your money. Your money does not make him feel like anything other than less than what he is, if anything. You know, so that being said, we have to number one, again, understand our role. So that's why I always make sure everything I do before I get into any kind of venture, get all absorbed into my business, I make sure, hey, honey, what are your desires? So then I put that top of my list. I get all that in, get done. So he's like completely satisfied. He's like, hey, what do you want to do? Because what we'll notice is every time we meet their needs, make sure they're taken care of. I mean, I am telling you, they will go above and beyond because differently than he created us. And it's so easy for them to do it. Like the things that women fight to get, like gifts and celebrated and loved on, men are wired to do that. I mean, that's just in them. Men are very simple, but we got to do our part. We can't be in their lane. We can't do part of their job, then say they're not doing their job. That's the biggest one. I'm like,
that's so good.
Making some money does not mean he's not doing his job. Really, what you're doing is you're really not doing your job. Because
and that's a whole story.
That's a whole story.
Women are so mad at me.
Because the truth is, if you're not taking care of it, you're open for somebody else to take care of it.
That's right.
I value women that are like, I done went to school, I've got a great job, or I'm a business owner, I make all this money, and I think I deserve a high value man making XYZ. Well, guess what? And if his options don't come with you being busy all the time and can't meet his needs, he's not picking that. I'm sorry. I mean, it's literally just that simple. So if you plan on not being single, you want to get real good with understanding what a man not only wants, but needs. I mean, you got to be clicking that like on all cylinders, no matter what your profession is, no matter how much money you feel like you're making. Because us making money makes us feel good. That has nothing to do with a man. And if we're getting with a man and a man values how much we make, we might need to reconsider that man.
Woo! Maya. Listen, Maya, Mr. Ladette don't never come to none of my lives. He is on this live and he done come. He say that was a very great answer, Matthew 18:19. He say amen to that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. That was good. And
the reason why I say that, because and we all as women, we know, you know how you have the man, like certain women that say, oh, I was with this man for so long and he didn't do this and he didn't do that, and he will leave her, go get with somebody else and do everything she wanted. Everything. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was in him.
That's right. That's right. But the other woman pulled it out of him.
Exactly.
That's right. Oh my God, this is so good, Maya. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I don't understand why. I don't know. Peter's just I hate this because I know Peter wanted to really be in this. I'm gonna have to
Tell Peter, come on over here.
That's right.
Just hop on my screen, brother. We're gonna do it together.
Exactly. Well, he's trying to come back in because I got this next question for y'all because I know the ladies want to hear from the single men. They want to hear from y'all. There he is right there. Let me see if it's working.
Come on in here.
Pop him in.
We having church.
Peter, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now, Peter?
My
brother.
brother.
What about now?
Yes.
Oh, we can hear him.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Good. You coming in right on time. Right on time.
Stay right there, brother.
Okay, so I have a question for you and Damian. As a single, successful man, when do you know you are ready for love? What'd you say, Peter?
He's
I think he's
smiling.
freezing up. Oh my God.
What was the question?
Okay, so here we go. Here's the question. As a single, successful man, what do you know? When do you know you are ready for love? And what kind of woman are you looking for?
I'm gonna let him get it. Hop on it now, brother.
Peter, can you hear us? Okay, all right, Mr. Valentine. Okay, I'm gonna repeat it.
I want to hear his answer.
Can he call us on a cell phone too and like be doing a two-way thing?
Yeah, let me try that. Let me tell him. Let me see.
And we can just let his picture just sit up there on the other screen.
Yeah. Okay, let me see.
I know he want to answer.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's so many single women that not only want to hear it, have to hear it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me and Papa, we talk on the side because I every Sunday night I got a show at his station.
Okay.
So we talk time to time, and he got some good things on his mind. So I want the world to hear.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm going to let me see if I can get him. I'm gonna mute myself real quick just to see if I can get him on the phone.
Okay, and if not, I'll go ahead and go when you're ready. We just got to try to get him in. But I do want to say that the ladies are most definitely giving everybody life with your answers.
Oh,
thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate hearing it.
Thank you.
Truth is all we can share, right, Maya?
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I guess I'll talk while we're waiting for Peter to get on so he can say his thing. But I think that I just love about being able to communicate about it is because I really believe that for years, I mean, if not decades, as African American women, I really just believe that I don't want to say just got the short end of the stick, so I don't want to just make just a quick assumption. But what I do believe is that a lot of us as women had the wrong understanding of what we needed to be as women, wives,
right.
Just a lot of that. And I think that just I got black women, but I believe that we did a lot of things that would not work in our favor. I guess that's the best way I can put it. And then now we have, these situations where, you see a lot of black women where we'll say, oh, wow, why did that, our black men that get successful and go and get with other nationalities and all that kind of stuff. But when we sit down and think about the things that have transpired over the years that either make black women in the way that we are or communicate or what we've been through as far as history, just black history, it's a difference. And so I love being in a space where as women, we're communicating it because I want our black women to not only rise, but to thrive, because it's almost like playing basketball, but you have a football on the basketball court.
Right.
Right. You don't know the rules of the game. And so when you look at the game, I mean, there's nobody that can beat us as black men and black women, and so I just believe that it's empowering, especially when we talk about relationships, because just like how God says, one can put to flight 1,000, but two together in agreement can put to flight 10,000. And as we begin to see black families begin to grow or just having relationships and being connected together, we can just accomplish so much more. We'll just be so much more powerful. Just like Sonja Lowe is on here saying, hey, we're celebrating 31 years. We'll have more of that. We'll have more of those marriages, more of those relationships able to sow into the lives of individuals that don't know, don't understand, don't have the experience. Because like I know when I talk to young people that are married, there is so much that they just don't have an idea of what it means to be married, what that role is, what that looks like. And before you know it, they have 2 and 3 kids, and now those kids are living a life with the wrong expectations of relationship, of marriage, communication, and so it just continues to perpetuate. So I love us being able to communicate.
Yeah, I always say we need more of this because we don't hear enough of brothers and sisters talking with each other.
Yes.
Right.
And hearing each other. And I love being called on these type of platforms because there's one thing that the amazing women who have these platforms that make these things happen. One thing we've all found out is that we don't hear enough from our men.
That's right.
It's crazy. Women talk amongst each other about what men doing and about what men think, and the men sitting back like, nah,
Like,
that ain't why we do that.
Right.
No, we love y'all. No, and the women a lot of times like, nah, we don't need to hear y'all. We already made our mind up. So I love it, being on this show. It's not just allowing us to give our answers and let people hear them, but it's also showing people, you know what? They can work together and communicate.
Yes.
And that's the key word.
Yes. Communicate. That's right.
But can my boy communicate? Can we get him on?
So listen, so what had happened was he says the Wi-Fi is really bad where he is. He's tried it on the cell phone. He's tried it on the laptop. He's tried it on everything. He was like, I might have to sit this one out. I'm like, no.
We need Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to pray about it. Okay, that's all right. I can hold it down for 2 men. Let's
I know you can. I know you can.
I'm the man of many hats.
Okay, so let me go to the next question. The next question is, this is for the ladies, Maya and Sonja. What advice?
you want Whipping to come back on, or is that not going to answer? Are you going to just
what happened?
Because he didn't get a chance to answer either.
You didn't answer?
No.
Oh, you need to answer, Valentine.
Yeah, we were just over here just asking.
Oh, because I
was gonna let you do your thing. It ain't my show. I'm just here, Okay, so I'm gonna let you ask the question again, and I'll come on with it.
All right. So it says, as a successful man, when do you know you are ready for love, and what are you looking for in a woman?
I'll first say this, and both, like I said, the ladies they hit a lot of good points. A man first has to feel whole within himself. He has to feel like he can grab his goals while he's still reaching for some other ones. A man is never just satisfied. If he open up a building, he trying to open up 2 more, and everybody else might look at him like you did it.
Yeah.
But in his heart and in his mind and his soul, he's like, no, there's more. We talking about brothers, because we want to go above and beyond. We're extraordinary, we're special, we're kings. So that's one thing. So our minds are so focused on the path.
Yeah.
Okay. That you have to have somebody who's not just attractive on the path.
Yes.
Who's not hair is just popping on the path. Who edges are laid on the path. Nails are done on the path. All that's good. But see, we'll keep driving and stop and then drive off. So if you are a man that's driven, or you see a man that's driven, and he's on the path and he's going and he's successful and he's climbing and reaching, you have to let him know that you're interested in his dream as well. That you want to help him fuel up a little bit, that you want to cheer him on, you want to support him, you want to hug him, you want to give him some energy. You don't just want to stop him for a second. You want to let him know, I'm in it for the long run.
Yeah.
Make some phone calls. Well, I got somebody that you might want to speak to. Yes. Really? Yes. Hey, I just told this person about you. And then you talk to the person and the person telling you on how she told them about you.
Yes.
And it make you feel some kind of way. You just like, fine is good. But woo, she did something not just for my business, but she did something for me that no woman has ever done, because I've seen fine women.
Yes.
Seen women who have thought that I was attractive, and seen women who have talked me up, but this woman has put her feelings and emotions into action. And that's everything. That's everything. When you can find a woman that can support your dreams and will tell the world about it, that'll slow you down. And if you wasn't ready for love, a man will get ready for love.
Now, what you
For that. Because and that's the message to all my sisters, because I hear so many times, because I get on the platforms too and I talk about it. All I got to do is sit there and be fine. Well, they just need to come up to me. Well, I'm the prize. I'm going to say all those are true.
Yes.
But in 2022 is not enough.
Ooh.
Women, y'all are educated. You can put yourself through school. You get your bachelor's, you get your master's, you get your doctorate, and you do all that. You get the car you want, right? You get the house you want, the condo, the townhome you want. But you want the man to just walk up to you. Sometimes you got to also see your prize and claim your prize too.
Ooh.
In Jesus' name, amen.
He's saying Jesus' name.
Amen.
Well, you know, Mr. Valentine,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now, you holding it down for you and Peter right now. Yes, you are.
I had to put a little extra on it for my brother. I am my brother's keeper. He's gonna be all right.
Yes, you are.
He's gonna be all right.
He sure did.
Yes, I appreciate that. That was a very, very good answer. I really love every thought, every word, everything you said. It was so true. Like,
and I'm speaking from experience and also from observation. So
yeah, I love that. I love that. So we're going to pause for just 1 second. I want the people to know that there is a certain event coming up on Saturday. It is coming up. It is my birthday on Saturday, March 19th. And it is going to be fabulous. Okay. It is all of that in a bowl of chips, because I'm getting really excited about it. I mean, I'm launching my new wine, which is called The Taste of Love.
Come on, man.
I have the live entertainment by Colin himself and a DJ. We're having it at the fabulous 366 Sky Bar with the fabulous owner Sonja Lowe right here on the line. We're going to be up in the sky. We're going to be on the 20th floor. We are going to be celebrating. And then the main thing that my heart desires, that I connect some couple and send them home with love and pay for their first date. That is my heart's desire. So without further ado, for all of the ones who don't know about the party, Cameron, can you bring in the...
I hope you're ready. And if you're not, you better get ready. Better get ready now, because she is all of that. Happy birthday to the Love Doctor, Dr. Benita Ledette. It's all happening March 19th, 8 to midnight. Happy birthday, Dr. Benita Ledette, the Love Doctor. We'll be celebrating up in the sky, the 20th floor, March 19th, 8 to midnight. Let's celebrate the birthday of Dr. Benita Ledette, the Love Doctor. There will be live music and a live DJ, Houston himself, Kylan. It's all going down at the all-new 366 Sky Lounge with its breathtaking view of the Houston skyline. Located 363 North Sam Houston Parkway East, Houston, Texas. Dressed to impress.
Yay! I'm so excited about this. I am so excited. Y'all just don't have any idea. And I'm just like, oh my God, we are literally days away. You know, when you're planning for something and then you finally see it like just coming into fruition, it's just like, it's amazing. So God is good. We've been praying over the event, just everything, and everything is just falling into place. So tell all your friends, your families, everybody, come on out. I want this to be like a good big family reunion where you just come and hug on each other and have a good meal, get a bottle of wine, just, just make it a night to remember,
Love
whether
it.
you connect the couple or not, but it's all about love that night. That's all I want to display is love.
Yes, yes.
So, and, for anyone that's interested in coming, Cameron is putting the information into the comments. But definitely it's going to be a night to remember. And I'm so very honored to be one of the first persons to have my event, a big event like this, of this magnitude, with Miss Sonja Lowe. She is one of the owners of Sky, 366 Sky Lounge and Event. So shout out to Miss Sonja Lowe for saying yes to the vision. So now people can come to your place and celebrate and all of that. I mean, I'm just excited. I'm just excited. So we're going to continue real quick. Look like Peter's not going to make it in. We're going to continue like maybe with this last question or maybe one or two, and then we'll wrap it up. So this question is for Maya and Sonja. What advice can you give single ladies that are successful CEOs, entrepreneur, corporate executives that chose their career and education over love first, and now they're ready to love? What piece of encouragement can you give them?
Okay. You want to go? You want me to go first? Okay. What I would say is, it goes back to what Valentine said.
Yeah.
You take all this time, effort, and energy to be successful.
Yes.
How many years that took? How much studying? You have to do the exact same thing in a relationship, and it's work. And at the end of the day, when it comes to finding the mate, men are not valuing all that stuff that you accomplish. It still goes back to the man, his goals and his dreams. We're his helpmate. There's nothing more powerful than that woman that comes in and helps his dream come to life. I mean, that's like everything to him. And so therefore, because you're going to reap off of the benefits of what he's accomplished, simply because that's how much love and respect and admiration he has for you, because you are in that role. So it doesn't mean that you're taking a back seat to what you've accomplished, but at the end of the day, kind of like how we say when we talk about relationships, you know how a lot of women will say different things about what's on social media, or this is a new year and this and that and all that. The Bible hasn't changed, and the roles haven't changed. So the education and the standards haven't changed. So just because we have an education, just because we're making all this money, just because we can supply all these different things that we have, and say, oh, I don't need a man. Well, that's not what God created a man for. So that's what makes it so difficult to find a man, because I know that if a woman that's successful has already accomplished all these different things, in her mind, she feels like, I want a man that's high value because I deserve that. Well, when you say I deserve that, you have to meet that man's needs, because it still, again, goes back to what Valentine said. They're not going to chase you down like, hey, I'm looking for you, when you're not giving off and exuding the energy of, I'm willing to submit. And I'm not saying submit like as in, hey, I'm going to just run over you. I mean submit as in just allowing that man to be the king, meaning like him saying something, whether it's right or wrong, still takes precedent over what it is that you're deciding to do, because he still makes the final decision. It doesn't mean that eventually it won't come back around to what you thought was a great idea. But guess what? It's more powerful when you just allow him to make his decision. And if it does come back around and y'all do what you were thinking about at first, he has so much more respect for you because you allowed him to still be the king. Because at the end of the day, no matter what decision he makes that we as women don't agree with, especially when we from corporate America and we can accomplish all these things and we in the boardrooms, we're making all these decisions, it's nothing more powerful than to submit to the man, to let him make those decisions, because God is not going to let y'all fall because you did your job and you allowed him to do his. God is already in the midst of it. So I just would say to use that same time, effort, and energy that you use to be successful, to study your man, to master what it's going to take to actually be in a high value relationship where a man can value you in the magnitude that you that you feel you should be valued at, and go from there. So, for example, what that would look like: talking continuously, nagging him, pointing out all his flaws. That ain't none of the characteristics.
Maya.
I mean, I'm just saying, because
Reaching
I'm
up in
in the boardroom with these women, we can't even get a word in. And what you got to remember is,
what you think you are, because see, this is the thing that, I'm sorry I keep talking about it, but it just bothers me. It's because I'm sitting at your love thing and Dr. Love. When I tell you, I'm just like all about like love and like all my passwords and stuff is all, you know. So I'm just saying it's that deep.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it bothers me because it's so many of us as women that's not winning, but it's because we don't know the rules to the game. We don't in this game and not understanding why we can't hit no 3 points, but we out there on the football field.
Come on, teach them.
Room and we all loud and not letting people get in. You don't look attracted to that single high value man. Well, I'm trying to get a man mode. Well, you got to stay in that mode if you ever trying to get a man. You got to be that 365 days a year. So what happens is when they thinking they turning it on, when they getting certain things, men watching you before you even thinking you seen.
That's right.
So
that's right.
That's why you can't. And even with what you advertising, if you looking for beef, but you advertising fish, whatever they see is what they. If marriage is beef, but you just being a one night stand is fish, you're gonna get a whole lot of like Valentine said. We may stop, but then we're gonna get picked back on up and move on. You know, so whatever you advertising is because see, a lot of times women think that I got to be exposed and everything to get their attention. Well, what kind of attention are you looking for? Because if a man is looking for a wife, he don't want who he's looking for as a wife to be out there showing everything because he can't be on her all day every day. So he needs to know that she's looking presentable, looking respectful, because every single time we leave out our door, we are representing our king.
That's
of
right.
course,
Absolutely.
we're representing him. You know, so we're walking out with our cleavage out, with our butt out, with our chest. I mean,
come on.
That's right. So I'm just saying, you know, so again, we have to master what it is that we're looking for. And again, a lot of times you have women that's in corporate America, or they feel like, oh, these women that don't have degrees or don't have educations or don't have these high paying jobs, I'm better than them. Based on what?
That's right.
If you're talking about a relationship, I think you're using the wrong scale, because you not having no time is making your number go down. You know, you're not being able to help him with his business because you're working on yours. Your number ain't going up. It's going, you know. So unless you're one of those ones that's saying, hey, let me get them big rocks in, and that big rock is him. Because what I've learned is when you make sure that all his stuff is taken care of, and because it's like, because if you think about how women make decisions, how men make decisions, if you notice, men can make 10 decisions and get 1,000 things done because they don't do no whole lot. They got to sit and marinate on it. They got to think about all these other factors that go with it. You give them a point. They say, this is what we're doing. Next topic. We've been sitting there 2 or 3 minutes working on the same thing. They've been made 10 decisions and moved on to the next thing. So think about the level of productivity that men have been equipped with. That's just how they made. That's just in their DNA. So while we're sitting out here trying to create a way for ourselves, God is like, I already have it. If you would just stop and listen and just get in your place, I already have provisions. So then what happens is we going out there trying to make the money, trying to make the man think that he don't need what he need because we go and making money. So that should be the value. No, we just emasculating them. So at the end of the day, again, have the traits of the woman that you know that man is looking for. And again, the men are looking at all times. So even when you're walking around, communicating with your friends, all that gossiping, a high value man don't want none of that. So if he ever see you on your phone gossiping with somebody, talking all loud and all, he's like, because guess what? If she's my woman and she's out somewhere in public, what is that? What kind of example is that for me? You know, or is she gonna be doing that while we're in the house? Or are those people gonna have an influence in our relationship? So she's gonna be telling me about something they said. All of that makes a difference. All of that. And we're thinking, oh, I'm just talking to my sister. Really? She keeping you from getting that high value man you want, just in case you didn't know.
Yes.
I just said that earlier. That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, Maya, you have taught the people today. Do you hear me? You have taught the people today. Yes. But we need to hear that though. We need to hear that. And for any lady that's out there listening, please receive it in love. It's the real deal. It is the truth. Receive it.
You can't receive it in love. then you already
Yeah, you
got
already have a
this
problem. Yeah, you
wrong
already
way.
have an issue. That's
Don't
right. That's
don't
right.
be defensive.
No,
What our
don't be
sisters
defensive.
are saying.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
see a lot of that out here. When mature, experienced women of God try to talk the truth, it don't always sound pretty. It sounds so many different. You got to take it the way it's given
Right.
and receive it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we got some good messages in the house tonight too.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yes, yes.
Listen to the
Miss-
message and the messenger.
That's it. Mrs. Lowe, do you have anything to add to that?
Man, what else could you add to that? One thing I'll definitely say, Maya has definitely said, honey, a mouthful. And I pray
Mhm.
every single woman
Yes.
is truly listening.
Please.
Of course, having single friends, you hear the conversations, you hear the women in the workplace that are talking that are, that are single. But one of the things that I definitely want to encourage you with is purpose and position and power.
Yes.
Purpose, position, and power. And of course, most people hear me say that and they go, oh, you're talking about power. No. Purpose.
Yes.
You're looking, what is your purpose? Why do you dress the way you dress? Why do you act the way you act? It's purpose.
Yes.
One of the things is women are always asking for a man to lead them. They want a man that will lead. Well, women, if we won't allow them to lead, how are they going to lead? That means you have to submit to allow them to lead.
Yes.
And so many women hear the word submission and they take it totally out of context.
Yes.
And submission does not mean that you're less than. Submission means that I understand your position
That's
and
right.
I'm willing to submit as you listen to Christ. I love what Maya said.
Yes.
Make sure he's a God-fearing man first and foremost.
Yeah.
You have to be in right position means he has to be listening and hearing from God.
Period.
Submit to my husband because I know that he submits to God.
Correct.
Submission on both sides,
Yes.
not just one-sided. And it kills me when I hear women say, well, why do I have to submit? No, he has to submit too.
Yeah.
He has to submit unto God.
Yes.
And as he submits unto God, then guess what? You submit under his leadership.
That's
Guess what? It works wonderful that way.
That's it.
So purpose is to have the right working order, to walk together
Yes.
under God. Then is to have the position. Positioning is right because you don't want to bring, if you do, kids in the situation and the position is out of order
Yes.
because it's more work to get that together.
That's
But
right.
ladies, even if you have every look of education, it doesn't, yes, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter. That's great. But I love what Dr. Maya said and what Dee said in reference to that's not what he's interested in.
That's
What
right.
he's interested in is the relationship. And he's interested in knowing, are you gonna believe in me and everything that I desire to do, just like I'll believe in you? It is a song and dance.
Yes, it is.
I don't know why we think that intimacy happens, but how does it happen? Intimacy. That means you have to see in me and know what's in me first. Ladies, get to know your man. Stop hollering at intimacy. I want to be intimate. You can't be intimate unless you're willing to see into him. That means what makes his heartbeat. What makes him happy? Are you listening when he wants you to listen? And ladies, I can admit at times, I'm busy. Guess what? If he's trying to tell you something, are you listening? That is the major thing that I want to say is listen to them when they're speaking because it does matter. And who you speak to is who shows up. You speak to the little boy in them, that's what shows up. You speak to the king in there, that's what shows up.
Yeah.
So remember, who are you speaking to? I kind of love to say I have a time when I want my boyfriend to show up. So somebody. I have the time where I want the husband to show up.
Yes.
A husband. And then there's time, the little girl in me just wants to play with the little boy in him.
Yes.
Speak to the little boy in him.
Yes.
So if you got to know when to move and where to move. I think in this day and time, just like Maya was saying, we have to be okay with who we are.
Yes.
I care less what women say about me serving my man.
That's it.
And I'm going to serve him
That's
because
right.
he's going to serve me.
That's right.
And to those of you who are married, why am I saying married? Because that's the only ones who should be having a relationship. But for those of you who are married, I want to tell you, make sure you take care of your responsibility at home. Not just for the women, this is for the men too.
Yes.
Take care of the needs.
Yes.
Real talk.
Real talk.
If you don't take care of the needs, believe me, there is someone waiting in the whim who would love to take care of the needs that you're not taking care of. I'm a bold one. I will tell you in a heartbeat on my mind, taking well care of.
That's it.
You have to be that bold these days, like, to be able to say, you know what? That's what a true relationship is all about.
Yeah.
It means, you know what? You don't care who thinks what.
Yep.
If you take care of your relationship and you make sure your relationship
I gotta pour me a drink.
God created sex, but he also created marital relationships.
Yes.
We also have to stop giving away what we know that we're supposed to be waiting on a marriage relationship.
That too. That part.
That's real talk.
Yes.
So then when you meet the man that you, oh my gosh, I would love, we have to also deal with some of the things that are there, which are soul ties. And we wonder why relationships aren't working. It's because soul ties are there and we have not destroyed the soul ties.
That's right.
And so you bring all of that mess from all of the other relationships, men and women, into your current relationship.
Yeah.
And until you're willing to get rid of the soul ties, break them off, and pray about that thing together, that means relationships mean you have to talk and communicate.
Yeah.
You might have to talk about some of this stuff you've went through, just so this guy or this girl will understand what you have walked through and help pray you through it. Help pray you through it. So my encouragement today is there's greatness in every last one of you. Every person that is listening to this live with the Love Doctor, there is love and there is greatness in you all. But guess what? If you won't embrace it, no one else can embrace it. So make sure you embrace you so that someone else can embrace the love that's within you.
Wow. Listen, this panel have showed out today.
Can I add one more thing as well?
Oh, yes, you can. Go ahead.
Love. I wasn't gonna go there, but since Sonja kind of touched on it, okay, I'm not ready. Probably pissed off so many women.
Okay. Go ahead.
But when I tell you how real it is, sex.
Ooh.
And I'm just gonna go and put it on now.
Come on, tell them. Put it out there.
In them games, I'm mad and I got this headache, or you done pissed me off. Okay. You gonna let that one little something off your whole kid's poodle. You're sitting at home, sitting on top of that, standing on that one thing that you felt like, hey, I have the right to be mad about this. He did this. That wasn't right. You may be completely right. But it still goes back to 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8. How do you love?
Yes.
You're forgiven, not holding them on the cross, being hopeful, not keeping a measure of all wrongdoing, not keeping score. We have to. And it's in the Bible as well. Like it's like a 3-day rule where you really shouldn't go without making love. Like 3 days is like the mark. So if you know you're going out of town, to get on it, you better get creative.
Ladies,
because
y'all, ladies.
Women, because see, a lot of women hold on to a lot of things feeling like, well, I'm right, so I'm justified. All that's fine, but your value of it is too high. Because a lot of times you think, well, I'm right, he did this wrong. Okay, he might have, but guess what? You standing on it, he about to leave the house. Y'all haven't done anything for 3 days. So now you got his whole red alert up on high. So now instead of him just going to his business, being taking care of the business he needs to take care of, he buzzing right now because he ain't got his fixed yet. Now you just sit him at the house like that. So now when he have a mishap or whatever happened, I don't know. Now you mad again when you could have fixed some of that, a lot of that.
So,
You know,
lady,
I'm just saying, I'm just
what you
putting it
trying to
out there
say,
because
ladies out there?
a lot of times, you know, and then let's just say, you know, we talk about these, can we just go and we keep real?
Yes, keep
Women,
it real.
especially us as Black women, when it got to that point where I guess I'll just say America wanted to put all this little stronghold on our African American men where they wouldn't let them get educated, they wouldn't let them get jobs. In that same season, it allowed Black women to excel in education, allowed them to excel in jobs and in professions and making money. That put our men at a disadvantage. So
Yes.
all that time while we're going out getting these degrees and making all this money, well, then we may say, okay, well, I'm tired now. Okay, so well, you better get creative. Because guess what? If he have to go somewhere and you decide that you go, a man can only take so much, because the thing is, they don't talk like we talk. They're not loud and annoying. You know, so even if they bother by something, after they done told you a couple times again, it go back to you have to know your man. You got to study this thing. So if he can be saying, okay, I'm fine, and that could absolutely mean I'm bothered. I can't believe she done this again. You know what? I can only take it so much longer. And that would probably be what that mean, but they're not saying any of that. So are you thinking that, oh, he understands how hard I'm working and what I'm doing? No, what you're doing is making that female that doesn't have the accomplishments that you have, that has all that free time on her hands, she's looking like a high value woman. That value that you place on yourself, you have now transferred that to someone else, because guess what? That female at their job that don't have all this stuff, time consumed with doing this and doing that, she's available right now.
Yeah.
But you're not doing. So now that's an option. So we have to look at that. We can't say, oh, if he was so, you know, such a Christian man, he wouldn't be. Okay, that's just like saying don't nobody want to have sex. You know, God didn't create us to not have no sex, so that just doesn't even make any sense. We got to be real about this thing, you know. And the thing is, a lot of times we want to not be real about it and then point the finger at them. Think about how many women, family, and friends that we know that's single right now, and they standing on top of something they feel like they were right about. Now they would like to go back and say, you know what? I wish I would have forgave. Think about how many family members and friends. And I got a lot of family members that I look at and I realize how they don't have their men now. And I don't want to say that just a woman not having a man, you know, you just miserable. But it could be a whole lot more happier days if you did.
Yes.
That's just what
That's the truth. That is the truth.
So us standing on a lot of things that we stand on, we got to know the rules to the game. We got to just play the game in, you know, where it can benefit both people.
That's right.
So what she's saying is, ladies, do not try to use sex as a weapon, because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You're gonna go prosper somewhere else.
That's it. That's it.
Oh my God, y'all have shut it down. Oh, I knew I was picking an awesome panel. I knew it. And you know what I love about this? I'm gonna share this with y'all now, because this is the end of like the panels, like leading into the party, you know. And so I did this on purpose because the theme of the party and relationships, all that. Well, when I pick the panel, I never tell the other who's on the panel ever. I'll just be led by the Holy Spirit and I pick it. And then I just said, okay, just trust me. You know, like I remember Sonja, she was like, oh, you're not going to tell me on the panel. I said, just trust me. I said, but it's going to be good, you know. And I said, we're just talking about relationships. That's all. And then I think Peter asked me, every single panel I have done for the last 2 weeks, and even this one, nobody knew who was on there until it popped up on the screen or until I posted the flyers. And you see how good this was? This was so good. Amen. Oh my God. I just appreciate you all. Oh, y'all have made my day. Let me tell you something. I am like Valentine. I'm ready to pop this bottle over right now.
Don't ask us why we got bottles on hand. in arm's reach. The Bible over there is somewhere around here too.
And y'all know that I always like to do a surprise, right? So I cannot end this broadcast without doing a surprise. There was another special reason why I invited Maya on this broadcast. I knew that she would bring it because she and I had a conversation when I first told her about the wine. And we had a conversation and she was just telling me it was so real and so good. I was like, oh my God, if I could get on this broadcast. And so she could tell the people, and she did exactly what I wanted her to do. But in addition to that, we were at a movie screening on was it Sunday, right? Yeah, it was Sunday. We was at the movie screening. And she was there with her family, and she was just talking about how passionate she was about her Smith Foundation and all of that. And so I came home, and I kept seeing her face in the glow of her talking about her Smith Foundation just over and over and over again. And so my husband and I were talking about it last night. And before it could come out of my mouth, it came out of his mouth. He said, well, baby, let's just donate. I said, of course we're going to donate to the Smith Foundation. Of course. I say, because the way she lit up, we have to pour into somebody who's so passionate into their foundation, you know, because of the heart that you have, because of how you're blessing people and how you're such a giver. We want to bless you. So we're making a donation to the Smith's Foundation, $500 for you. So when yes.
Oh, wait till I tell my dad. Oh, he's gonna be so excited.
So we are making a donation to you, and so when we get off the phone, just let me know how to give it to you, or you know when
Amen.
so just let me know how to get it to you. But that's what we're doing. You know, I love surprises.
Be up here crying and going, looking cute.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh my.
Yes. And Damian, I have another young man that works with boys or whatever. I want to connect you guys, and then I want to see how I can bless your foundation. And then Sonja, you know, I'm pouring into you, and we're going to continue pouring into you. And that's the reason why I worked so hard, you know, on advertising all of this, because I want people to come and support your business, you know. So that's how I share love. That's what I do. And I really wanted to bless you guys on this tonight, because this is the final panel before the party on Saturday. So I will be getting with you, Damian, to see how we can bless you and your boys. And I want to connect you with another guy for your boys.
God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
So I'm gonna give y'all back y'all time. I appreciate you so much. I do. Like this panel was everything. It was everything.
I think everybody did an amazing
We hope to keep these conversations going, Dr. Ledette. You keep these conversations going, because your love conversations are real, and they're conversations that really need to be done in our community more and more. This needs to happen on a regular basis, because we really don't. Everything in our community has been kind of, let's be quiet about love. Let's be quiet about marriage. Let's be quiet about sex. No, we literally need to open up the conversations in reference to being single, marriage, and love, and sex. All of those things need to be discussed. So we thank you for opening up the conversation and allowing us to have a space to have real conversations.
Yes.
And I want to say, I believe that we do need more leaders like yourself, you know, women with men of God, and that also have God inside of them, because I feel like women, more than men, y'all vibe off of each other's energy.
Yes.
And if one woman says, girl, I'm just looking for this, I'm just trying to get the bag, I'm just trying to see what he drive, I'm just trying to, you know, that energy flows over to these other women. Yeah. And you get all these broken women that just kind of, you know, they don't get anywhere. So for you ladies of God, you know, who have the maturity and the experience and the right spirit and the integrity and morals, and more of that needs to bleed into our pool of our dating pool out here in Houston, because y'all know what they say is in the pool out here.
Yes. So Valentine, I need you there. I need you there, and I need you to get your boys. I need y'all. I'm telling y'all, I have some.
Shout out to the Silver Fox Squad.
Yes, I have some nice looking women coming from another group that I'm connected with, and I'm telling you, I've met them. They're sending in their profiles. I see what they desire, what they want. I know I can make some kind of connection that night, but I just need the fellas to bring it. I need them.
Right.
I need the fellas. I got the women, but I'm working hard on the fellas. My husband has some guys coming in, so I'm really hopeful about this thing. I'm
working on it and praying about it. I know us Silver Fox men are hard to find.
I know you are. I know you are. But see, listen, God is using me. He's using me to bring us all together. So if all y'all got to do is show up. I've done the work. Just show up. That's it.
I'm gonna have to bring a squad with me.
Come on.
Bring men of God.
We'll have a fashion show for the hat men. Come on now.
There
Come
you
on.
go.
Yes, we will.
I look forward to it, and happy birthday. You know, my birthday was March 5th.
So you're a Pisces. Let's do this. We'll turn into a Pisces thing. I'm okay with that. Yes.
Let's go. I'm
Let's do
ready.
it.
God
Yes.
bless all of you all.
Okay. So again, thank you. And Maya, I'll be in touch with you right after the broadcast.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you guys. See you later. We are signing off. Great show.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.